Okay, and welcome everybody. Good to see you all. Once again, this is TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And it's me, Oberon, with my Friday show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. And it's a reading for the signs of the Zodiac. I've changed the format many times, but I'm currently doing a reading for each sign of the Zodiac. I'm going to start off with a card for the collective, and I'm using the Isis Tarot, which I used to use as our card for the collective when I first started the emotional exchanges years ago. And as I like to say, it's not really a tarot. It's more like an oracle. It's called the Isis Tarot. But let's get to that message right here. It might be similar to the Lenormand or the Gypsy Witch fortune-telling cards of a few years back. Oh, how nice. It's... Whoops, wrong card. Angel. I didn't realize I had two there. All right. Angel. Number 20. Renovation and birth of yourself, inspiration, a call from within to change, an apostle and propagandist, contact with the higher self, assisted by friends, reward. And so the angel promises, good things. I think it's an awfully interesting, good card for the collective here. The idea that, sometimes we can find that sense of change and inspiration that brings us to that change. So some of the cards and oracles of the recent week or so do talk about maybe the sense of people having a transformation or some sort of epiphany about what life means to them or what life means in the broader construct. And although these readings that I'm about to perform are generally speaking related to our emotional relationships with other people, especially perhaps primary relationships in some cases, there are folks who are very happy in their single life, or who just are in a single life, whether they're very happy or not. And so this reading could be about them in terms of what it is they appreciate having concern or care or love for in their life, the emotional relationship that they have with something, gardening, bicycling. So as I mentioned, these cards, this reading is for the signs of the Zodiac, and I'm using the Modern Love Tarot by Ethany, with artwork by Lucy Morningstar. All right, so as I mentioned, for the Zodiac. And of course, each of the cards has a particular meaning for me. So the first card is the emotional tone or feel of the week. And it's the Page of Cups. So there's an invitation to being happy, to being joyful, to being in the moment. There's an invitation or a message that concerns you perhaps about beginning a new friendship, maybe a friendship that will go somewhere more special, but a special friendship to you, one that brings out joy or sense of feeling. Now, what is your emotional rescue for the week? And that is that quality or thing that maybe rescues you in a sense. Gives you sort of a balm for your emotional soul, so to speak. That's the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is upright. And this could be saying, figuring out how it is to mutually cooperate with people, having that epiphany or being drawn into that dialogue to help that. And so maybe the emotional rescue is a partner or a friend who helps expedite that, somebody who agrees to meet you halfway and work with you together whatever, is troubling you. So finally, will somebody say, I love you this week? And it's probably not going to happen. It's the Nine of Swords, and swords always means no for this particular yes-no type question. But also with the Nine of Swords, there's an indication here of some anxiety or sadness or feelings you can't, quite put to rest when you want to try to get to sleep. And so this reading, by the way, was for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, the first sign of the Zodiac. So what that final card means is that no one says I love you this week, Aries, and maybe, they're either caught up with their own problems, or this is just going to leave you with some kind of sad. But look forward to maybe exploring, the beginning of a new friendship. So that was Aries. And, I probably neglected to say that, but of course I did say that we were starting with the signs of the Zodiac. So, oh, there goes my camera. Gotta watch that. All right, so moving on to Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the emotional feel or tone for the week? I think I like that. All right. That's the reversed King of Cups. Boo. The emotional tone for the week finds that maybe things feel grumbly. Things feel a little bit more mean-spirited. Maybe you will find that somebody who you feel is normally cooperative as a friend or in whatever partner agreements you might have is not so cooperative, and that maybe there's an emotional mix, and it tends to go more towards a meaner side. It's not like sorrow or depression. It's maybe somebody who feels grumpy and not quite with it that way. What is the emotional rescue? I think you're going to need one this week. And the emotional rescue is the reversed Page of Cups. And so the reverse Page of Cups, the emotional rescue, you may have to just kind of wall yourself off from some of the emotionality. You might have to try to have blinders on and ignore what people are doing that are trying to poke at you or provoke you in certain ways. It's real, whatever, they're trying to do. You're just going to have to kind of try to be resistant to that. Will someone say, I love you this week, Taurus? I think the answer is yes. The Two of Wands is a sense of satisfaction and a sense of being ready to go somewhere else with this new satisfaction. So I think, and it's a wand, I'm going with the straight interpretation too, that wands say, yes, but it'll take a little work. And so somebody has to maybe be expressive, be appreciative. We'll move on to Gemini then. Sun, Moon, or Rising. And of course, if you're hoping to let me know that you don't like this new format, please do so. Give us an email, TFT Tarot for Today, one word, TFT Tarot for Today @gmail.com. And tell me what you think I could do better, or whether or not you think we're doing good enough, if you like it. Taurus, what's your emotional tone or feel for the week? And it's comfort. It's the Nine of Pentacles. You just feel like you have nothing really to concern you in a bad way. You feel very much in your moment. You could have this moment all on your own, or you could enjoy it, with who you choose to. But the idea that you feel very secure right now. What is your rescue this week? And it's the Seven of Pentacles, upright. And your rescue this week is that you know you can wait. You don't have to rush things. You know things are planted, and you know things will grow. And so if that's an emotional relationship of any sort with any person or thing, you just sort of have a sense of confidence. That's your rescue, the sense of confidence that there's nothing you have to do right now. Will someone say, I love you, Gemini? It's Pentacles, so it will come with a cost. And it's the reversed Four of Pentacles. And you might have to give something of yourself. The cost is what do you give of yourself or of what you are or have in return for that love or that person saying they love you. So that was Gemini. And we'll move on to Cancer then, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Cancer, like all the water signs, is particularly attuned to emotional matters. And it's okay. Every elemental quality portrays differently for any of us, but water signs do tend to be a little more emotional. I'm one of them, so I know that's true. All right, Cancer. What is the emotional tone or feel for the week? It's the Nine of Wands. And with the Nine of Wands comes the sense that even though you feel it's rough, you're there. You know you have to be there. You're prepared to do the duty you have to do, although your mind may be pretty far from it. You are a loyal person who would do what you need to do. What is your rescue this week? It may not matter. It's the Tower reversed. Feeling perhaps that everything fell apart and that nobody really understood why. Nobody was able to put that in their head and said, I should have done it differently. In a way, that's your rescue. This realization that you knew it was screwed up, whether that was really about yourself or about somebody else in that emotional rescue, you knew you screwed up. You could actually get better from here. Will someone say, I love you, Cancer? It's Swords, so it's no. That's the Two of Swords, and there's literally a sense of no movement here. It's a stalemate with whoever would say that to you. All right, we're going to move on to Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Leo, what is the emotional tone or feel for this week? It's the Hermit reversed. It's time to rejoin the world. You may have been holding yourself back, Leo, in some ways. I'm not saying you were a social recluse, but definitely you want to be a little bit more of a social butterfly. And it's not a moth, it's a butterfly. You're not nestling in there with the dark of the cave. You're coming out of the cave. And if this was about, your feelings about a particular situation emotionally or otherwise, you've decided maybe it's better to bring this out. So this could be also about a specific situation that you may need to be more open with someone about or with people about. What is your emotional rescue? I love it. It's the Knight of Swords, and they're galloping towards you or away from you or whatever. It's you. You're the Knight of Swords. Your emotional rescue is that you now feel you can move ahead really very confidently and with a sense of force and movement. It's not a bad thing. You're being assertive, but you're also being really positive-minded and feeling what it is you can apply yourself to. Maybe in this emotional situation, you just need to be a little bit more specific. Will someone say, I love you, Taurus? I'm sorry, Leo. It's the reversed Four of Cups, and Cup says, yes. How do we say that? It's yes for sure, because it's cups. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank there. But anyways, with the idea of it being the Four of Cups, it may be saying really it's about someone who specifically chooses this. It may not be exactly who you think it is, if I'm telling you that it may be somebody who specifically wants to say that to you. So that's Leo. And we will move on to Virgo then. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Virgo. Virgo, what is the emotional tone or feel for the week? It's the Eight of Wands. So Virgo, you feel like you're focusing on what your target is. And of course, in the emotional context, that may mean that it's a specific person or it's a specific thing about a relationship, if you're already in one, that you really want to focus on. So maybe you're planning a summer vacation if you're in a relationship, or you're planning some event or some situation where you really want to bring all of your energies to the fore. And this could be same for a person who's not in a relationship but is possibly thinking they want to focus that way too. That everything looks pretty positive about that. But what is your emotional rescue if absolutely needed? And once again, it's a page. It's the reversed Page of Swords. And your emotional rescue is that maybe sometimes in its own way, awkwardness or clumsiness kind of serves you in a way. A sense of maybe being naive and not knowing when to say or not say certain things could serve you this week. But the other interpretation of that too is, of course, pages represent invitations of a sort or messages of a sort. And so this could be a message concerning that too, just saying that things are not going swimmingly well in terms of that. So this could be saying that your emotional rescue is a little iffy. I'll have to grant you that. Good luck with that anyway. Will someone say they love you, Virgo? And it's the coin, so it will come with a price. The Seven of Coins, in fact, and it's upright. And the price may be that you really have to focus. That maybe if this is about that situation, and if there is a mutual, love or thing going on there, then it's really about making that choice. Need I say more? So we will now move on to Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. All right, Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, what is your emotional tone or feel for the week? And it's the reverse Seven of Wands. You're not prepared for something. you're actually kind of maybe feeling like you don't have an advantage here. That's what it really means, is that maybe within a relationship you don't feel you have exactly what you need, either advantage-wise, or maybe if you're also looking for maybe some sort of support or acceptance from the world around you, or the community or friends or family around you, you're not really feeling that, and maybe you're feeling actually like you're oppressed feeling. So you need that emotional rescue. Let's hope it's a good one. And the emotional rescue is the upright Three of Pentacles. And although I drew some sense of community here, this card really talks more about your partners. So they could be a sense of community in a way too. It could be family or friends. The Three of Pentacles as an emotional rescue says, work with the team, but all systems really are go. That whatever gestalt may be happening there, and this could just be applied to inner wisdom, inner personas, to if you really don't ever work with anybody at all in emotional matters, then this is just saying, do what you know is right. More or less all systems are go. Will someone say, I love you, Libra? And it's swords, so it may not be true. It may not happen. It won't happen. That's swords. It won't happen. It's the Seven of Swords reversed, and maybe this is about a revelation of some sort. This could be about something coming out that is unexpected, was possibly hidden. Either you found out or it was somehow revealed to you. And it just may change a certain tone with that person. I don't think it's related to the first card at all, or the second one maybe. But either way, I'm giving you that heads up. No one's saying they love you this week, and maybe it's because of some rumor or story that has finally come out. So that was Libra. Therefore, it's time for Scorpio. Sun, moon, or rising, Scorpio, we are here for you. I know that the Banshee likes to accentuate Scorpio because, of course, it's my sign. So I'm going to have to do that for Aries. There, how you go? I'll remember that for next week. Okay, so Scorpio, what is your emotional tone or feel for the week? It's the reverse Nine of Wands. You're not ready for it, Scorpio. You may feel that whatever's going on in your life emotionally, Scorpio, you don't feel prepared for it. You sort of feel you hold a losing hand in a way, and you sort of feel defeated before it may even have started. And that's kind of sad, Scorpio. So what is the emotional rescue? The emotional rescue is the reversed Queen of Cups. And the emotional rescue is that maybe you are entitled to act out a little bit because of this. Or the emotional rescue is just to say, indulge in some sulky, depressing, emotional, off-keel feeling you're going to have. It just may be the way it is right now, and maybe you just have to let it overtake you and play itself out. Will someone say they love you, Scorpio? It's the one, so it will come with some work. It's the Three of Wands, and this is almost suggesting to me that they'll say it if they don't have a better option. Or, I don't know. I'm just going to leave it there, Scorpio. We'll move on to Sagittarius then. Sun, moon, or rising, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what is the tone or feel for the week, emotionally speaking. And once again, I guess you're like your brother or sister over in the Scorpios, it's the reversed Seven of Wands. So Sagittarius, the emotional tone for the week feels that, like I said before, you just sort of feel like it's not worth it, like it's already pretty much been decided that you're not really pulling the weight here that's needed, emotionally speaking. I guess I didn't realize it, but maybe it just seems like, you know, with Mercury going retrograde and all the other stuff going on, there's a lot of bad communication hanging in the air, and this may have more to do with that maybe people are having a hard time really coming across or being, you know, taken as intended, or maybe all too easily taken for granted. So what is the emotional rescue, Sagittarians? And this is kind of sad because I guess it's similar cards, so I wonder about my shuffling capabilities here. But the emotional rescue could be overlooking some things that maybe whatever you do find out that's going on that's troubling, you're able to kind of look beyond it, forget about it, forgive it if it needs, and just move on from there. Will someone say they love you? It's Wands. You'll have to work at it. It's the reversed Six of Wands. And maybe this is saying that you don't deserve it in a way, or they don't deserve to say that to you, but it's going to happen one way or the other, Sagittarius. And we're going to move on to Capricorn. Sun, Moon, or Rising Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, what is the emotional tone or feel for the week? Busy, burdened. Emotionally speaking, you feel like you have a lot going on. It could be the rigors of being in a relationship or being in more of a relationship. If it comes to that, it's really, a lot of it is about what you feel you have to do that you don't have a choice in. And it's either in the maintenance of the relationship or the maintenance of any adjacent situations like family or things like that. It could be about some other things, but I think it's mostly about your sense of being emotionally burdened with stuff. And it might relate to how the relationship and or adjacencies are maintained. So what is the emotional rescue? Change. It's death upright. So there's a situation that needs big changing, and whether it's going to change on its own or whether you are helpful or possible to make that change, that's going to be the difference, I suppose. So good luck with that, but I think that's what it is that whatever is going on for Capricorns, they have to make some big changes, especially emotionally. So will someone say they love you? And it's a maybe. It's good luck because it's a major arcana, and it's the Magician, though. And the Magician is good luck because the Magician controls destiny. They control their destiny, that's for sure. So I think with the Magician, this is saying that it is very likely, but you have to be that person that makes that sense of difference in terms of providing the energy there, the willpower, the flair, all of that magician-y stuff. So we will move on to Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Whoops. Now I know for sure I want to shuffle them more. Did I say this was for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising? One more. Why not? All right, the tone or feel of the week is the reversed Five of Cups. My feeling is that for Sagittarians, they may come around to some emotionality that they felt was gone or done in some ways, and they may feel that things feel better, if only marginally, emotionally. What is the emotional rescue? It's a repeat card. It's the Hermit reverse, but in this context, the emotional rescue, well, maybe it wasn't that position. The emotional rescue is really deciding that you have more emotionality to share bigger. I gotta watch for this. So sorry. Your emotionality needs to be shared more rather than maybe kept for yourself or for closer people that maybe you have a lot to share. Maybe somebody that does have a lot to share is going to help you with some of this. Will someone say they love you, Aquarius? I'm not sure. It's the swords. It means no. And it's the Ten of Swords, so it may signify that if there's something going on specific to a relationship, it may be coming to an end, or maybe something big going on here. I'm so sorry about that. But definitely, no one's going to say no, they love you this week, or it doesn't seem like it. And of course, you know, people say I love you all the time. Do they mean it? Is that sincere? You'll have to tell me. I can tell when I think it's sincere for me. Sometimes I think I can tell when it's sincere when I see it between others. And that also means insincere. So, I'm just being a Scorpio by saying that. All right, so we are on Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. The tone or feel for the week for Pisces is the reversed Four of Cups. And you may feel that you're ready to make a decision emotionally about something. You're ready to choose something or someone. The emotional rescue is the upright justice. And maybe this is, if it's the same thing, it is about a sense of fairness that maybe you've waited a long time for this too. You know, justice moves slowly, they say. And I almost feel like the emotional rescue is that this has been a long time in coming on some level of respects. And you know, that's fair. I mean, I'm a Capricorn fixated Scorpio, so I know what it's like to have patience for things. Pisces, will someone say they love you? And it's Wands, so it'll take some work, but it's the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands could say that from the ashes of defeat, in a way, may come that, you know, that maybe somebody feeling like they have to come to a point of vulnerability of some sort. They have to come to a point of vulnerability. So that is my emotional exchanges. And I was glad you could be here. tomorrow, Saturday, happy hour will be later. I have to work in the morning, so happy hour will be 4 o'clock p.m., and that's Eastern Standard Time. The rest of the week is normal. Come and see Banshees Material Matters at 10 a.m. on Sunday. And we're also live later, our live stream later Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. And these times are Eastern Standard. Remember, you can give us feedback directly here on this video. Just hit the comment button. Or you can write us at tfttarotfortoday@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. So that's it for a week. Take care, everybody. Bye.